Good evening and welcome to Blog TV. I'm the Flying Dutchman. I've got Pin back with me today on the show.
Did you miss me?
I missed you.
I knew it.
And our topic tonight is rather interesting. Am I gay?
I don't think you are.
No?
Does your wife know?
No, she has no idea.
Okay, let's go on, shall we? We have guests here with us, but before we go on to introduce them, let's talk about the shout box. Shout box, go there if you have something to say about the topic. Please keep it relevant. Thank you very much. Let's introduce our guests,
I think we
shall we? We have Shraddha, a 15-year-old student from a mixed secondary school. We've got Kohila, 18-year-old poly student, used to be from an all-girls school. We've got Otto Fong, ex-Raffles Institution teacher who came out while you were employed.
Yep.
And we've got Dr. George Bishop, professor and head of psychology at NUS. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Thank you for joining us. Let's start this off. There have been two recent surveys on attitudes towards homosexuals. An NTU survey found that 68.8% of respondents had negative attitudes towards homosexuals.
There's also another survey on secondary school students that found that 33% felt homosexuality was wrong, 35% believed homosexuals were responsible for the spread of HIV, and 42% blamed gay people for pedophilia.
Which I think is absolutely ridiculous.
That's insane.
But Otto, have you found that these surveys are true?
I'm definitely not surprised that, gay people are tied in with like sex disease and all that. Because when I was growing up, I'm not surprised that, people feel that gay is wrong. Because when I was growing up, I thought being gay is wrong. And there's no other information that tells me otherwise.
Your blog actually says, why has there been so little guidance available to me as a gay teenager? It was a question that I often asked myself growing up. Mm-hmm. What were your experiences when you didn't have that kind of guidance?
It was a slowly growing dread whereby you start to have this inkling that you like someone, and then you realize you're different from someone, and that happened when I was primary 5, primary 6. I started to realize, hey, wait, I like my classmate, and it's not just the usual like. And then the growing dread that, wait a minute, am I not supposed to like girls? And then that grow over the years, and then you try to tell yourself, hey, it's a phase. Somebody says it's a phase. You get over it. And it didn't go away. It just got stronger. So the problem is, I couldn't even find any information on the shelf about gay stuff until I went to the States to study. And I had to go to San Francisco, and that was before the internet,
When you were growing up, you were looking for guidance. Mm-hmm. Whether at your time or now with young kids now, who are they supposed to turn to for this guidance?
Dr. Bishop?
That's a real problem. And, everybody needs good role models. And one of the problems that gay teens run into is a difficulty in identifying good role models. One of the things that comes out when you take a look at the literature, the research literature, on what's effective in terms of reducing HIV transmission and transmission of sexually transmitted diseases, is to have programs where essentially, in addition to dealing with the issues of sexuality, you deal with issues of empowerment and deal with issues of identity. Mm-hmm. And help people to develop their sense of identity, who they are, and basically develop community.
Is that what you would like to be taught in schools during sex education?
About homosexuality?
Yeah, what he just said,
sexual identity.
Well, okay, in a way, I think it would be nice. As a person, personally, I would want to learn about homosexuality because, they're being criticized a lot, and looked down, in fact, to some extent or something. But then it would be nice to learn about them so that we can respect them, learn more about them, and accept them in our society. But I don't really think it'll work because as a teenager, I mean, the first thing if I find out that a certain person is homosexual, I'll be like, okay, I don't want to know. I'm going away from you.
One other thing that I would point out is what we're really talking about here is respecting differences.
Yes.
Okay. And this has important mental health implications. Research findings have indicated that gay young people are 6 times as likely to take their own lives as straight young people. I mean, this is a serious mental health problem.
Right.
And so I think it's a preference that, you know, we should have this kind of education. I think we're dealing with people's lives.
But I feel that, you know, if you're going to open up to schools, like everyone would sort of like get to know these people, and if you keep teaching and teaching and teaching and talking about
then
it,
you can respect the differences.
Yes, exactly.
But what can we do in schools to do this? How do you teach it in schools?
That is an issue that I think the educational professionals have to deal with. But before that, you actually have to talk about safe sex. For me, the priority about young people is always safe sex. The thing is, because of internet, young gay people are able to hook up very quickly within the classes, within the schools, and they know who's gay within the internet. They have a very safe environment. Unfortunately, that also means that they can hook up with anybody on the street.
Right.
So, I mean, if you know teenagers, the first thing on their mind isn't, okay, let's play safe. The first thing on their mind is, oh, that's hot. Let's get that.
Yeah.
So for me, the priority is actually safe sex education.
But okay, how do you deal with safe gay sex in school in a Singapore environment?
The problem is
we've got laws in place.
The problem is you can't. I think that's part of the reason. I don't know about the why the gay activists last year were pushing for 377A because I don't talk to them that much.
Right.
But for me, the importance of getting rid of 377A is actually to get rid of the stigma that Ministry of Education have to hold that this is an illegal act and therefore should not be discussed at all in school.
That's right.
Right.